Hey guys, Jables here again. Gonna do another deck profile for you. This was more of a deck that I didn't really expect to do a deck profile on. But you are seeing correctly. This is a spirit deck. No, this is not a tech card. The title was not lying. This is a full-blown spirit deck, believe it or not. This is originally a fun deck I thought I was just gonna mess around with, but watching it be played by some friends, member of the team, watching them wreck with it, coming up with stupid ideas, playtesting this deck is actually like pretty legit. This is all serious. I'm not fucking joking. Spirit's legit. Anyone who's watched Yu-Gi-Oh! For Real Men and seen the Spirit episode will know that this deck is pretty fucking boss actually, especially with the new stuff that just came out in the new set. Uh, Credit where credit is due. Yes, the initial inspiration came from Yu-Gi-Oh! For Real Men. I love his videos. If you have not watched his channel, go watch Yu-Gi-Oh! For Real Men. Those videos are insane and they're fucking awesome. The manliest videos you've ever seen in your life. We're gonna get into the deck. I'm gonna go through the deck profile, and then I'll go back and explain cards. That way, if you just want to see the deck profile, you don't have to wait for me to explain through everything. So I'll just go through the deck, and then I'll go back. 1 Hino Kagasuchi, 1 Yamada Dragon, 1 Dark Dust Spirit, 1 Fehuang, 1 Yamato. Let's see. Yes, Yamato. Fuck, I can't say these names. Fucking, what am I saying? Okay. Yamato no Kami. There we go. Yamato no Kami. 1 Yaksha. 2 this guy. Rasetsu. 1 Tsukiyomi. 1 Izanami. 3 Aratama. 3 fucking Nigatama. Can't see the fucking names. Nigatama. 2 Kage 2 Kages. 2 Battle Faders. And 1 Treeborn Frog. I'll get back to this when I come back to this. Spells. Triple Chain Summoning. Triple Creature Swap. Triple Enemy Controller. 2 Pot of Duality. 1 of Lure of Darkness. 1 Foolish Burial. 1 Dark Hole. 2 Mystical Space Typhoons. That's it for spells. And the only traps I run in the deck, triple Legacy of Yatagarasu. For side deck, just gonna go right through it real quick. Side deck doesn't really matter, except for these. 1 more Yamato no Kami, 1 Izanagi, 2 Cyber Dragons, 2 Max C's, 30 MST, 2 Twisters, 2 Trap Stuns, double Threatening Roar, and double Wapaku. For extra decks, really all you need for the extra deck is rank 4s and rank 6s. I don't really have a big extra deck, as you can see, for this deck. I traded a lot of my stuff off, getting other stuff. But just any rank 4s or 6s will do in this deck. You got Cowboy, Maystroke, Corn, Pappy, King of the Feral Imps, Gauntlet Launcher, and Photon Strike Bowser. Okay, back to the deck. This deck is absolutely insane when it goes off, and it stands a pretty good chance when you draw kind of bad, but alright. Like, if you get any spirit monsters in your hand, it kind of just, it can go nuts, and I've seen it go nuts, and I witnessed an almost OTK with this deck today. The 7,900 points of damage put on board in basically turn 3 of the game. Of course, your main spell, Chain Summoning. This deck revolves around normal summons. Of course, spirit monsters cannot be special summoned, except for, of course, this guy. Chain Summoning gives you 3 extra normal summons, which is insane in itself, but in this deck, it is Basically, if you resolve this, you have a good chance that you're going to win that game, no matter what kind of field your opponent has. But you just have to play the deck to find out. These two are the new cards that came in the last two sets: Shadow Specters and Legacy of the Valiant. He is your searcher for your spirits. When he is summoned, you can add any spirit monster in your deck to your hand except himself. Which, no restrictions on level. You can get your big guys. You can get anyone you want except himself. Which is, for a searcher, that is, basically no restrictions on what you can get. Nikitama is your double summon. When you summon him, the turn he is summoned, you get a extra normal summon of a spirit monster. And when he is sent to graveyard, in any way, be that XYZ material, be that straight from deck, if he is sent to graveyard while you have another spirit monster on the field, you draw a card. What is good about his effect is, when you summon him, you get the extra normal summon. You could immediately tribute him right away to get your summon for Finwang, and then you get a draw of a card. This deck has really good draw power in that, and it recycles itself, and you spam normal summons, which is crazy. Him under chain summoning will give you 4 normal summons in one turn. Yeah, crazy. I'll go to the most obvious. I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining a lot of this. Just the main parts. Probably the card that you're wondering about, I would, if I were to guess. Well, of course, these are in here, OTK stoppers, because you generally, most of the time, you don't have a monster on your opponent's turn, because Spirit Monster's effects to return to hand. So you want those OTK stoppers. Treeborn Frog is your tribute fodder of the deck, which is really, really, really needed for your big guys, which you already have. It's more simple than you would believe to get out your big guys. But Treeborn Frog is your way into these guys. These are your big boss monsters. These are almost your win conditions outside of. Well, these guys are your win conditions. More him though. He's your draw power. He's your win condition. Hino Kagasuchi leaves your opponent top decking. Yamada Dragon, it replenishes your hand. Your big boss monsters of the deck, your field clearers, and your just wreckers. With Treeborn Frog, plus you run, you play this deck like Monarchs in a way, because you can standby phase and double sack. But the deck, when it goes off, it really, just fucking goes off, because you can, when you resolve chain summoning, you can use your first summon, tribute summon him, destroy all back row. Second summon, destroy their monsters. Third summon, to get another summon, double tribute for your Yamada Dragon, get your hand back, or double summon, dump your opponent's hand. The combos this deck, the deck is very, very underrated and very, very good for what it does. And what I've noticed when I've seen this deck played last week, like I said, just for fun, really. But what I've noticed is people do not know how to play against this deck at all. They think they try to stop your initial normal summon. They either that be that bottomless, be that compulse, be that torrential, and then you just chain enemy controller, you chain MST, you chain whatever, just so you can get off chain summon, and then you just explode the field after they stop that one summon. Unless they warning that first summon, you fucking go off with chain summoning, which is just nuts. But I'm hyping this deck up more than it should, probably. But honestly, if I were going to YCS Atlanta and I had more of an extra deck, better side deck, I would take Spirits, just because this deck is so fun to play, and nobody sees it coming, and it's fucking Spirits, the artwork on them is amazing. I love the artwork on Spirits, but these two guys right here just wreck. And playing this deck has been really interesting, and I'm probably gonna start playing it more. Yeah, the 3 Yatagarasus, the only trap I run, I probably should run more. I just run this because it's a spirit card, and plus you can creature swap and then draw 2. and then your spirit monster comes back to your hand. Like, this deck maintains hand advantage very well. Like, I could almost throw Trags in here. The deck is still being edited on. It's still being worked on. Like I said, this is more of a fun deck to play, but just seeing the potential as it's had this last couple of weeks has just been like, I don't know. It's like it's made me want to make this like a more competitive take to a big event tournament, which people will laugh at me because of that and call me a scrub, like, you fucking taking spirits, you fucking scrub. But like, legitly, this deck, like, it's one of those decks, like, if you open right, and it's not that hard to open like your chain summon plays. Like, if you resolve chain summon, you're in a very good position because you can just fucking go off in this deck like you wouldn't believe. Like, just spam normal summons. It's just fucking crazy. But that's the deck profile, guys. Thanks for watching if you watched. And thanks for all the likes and the views, just the well reception my Ghost Trick deck got. I will probably be posting a duel of the Ghost Trick deck where I battled the complex. My boy Fox battled his Boojins. He absolutely slaughtered me. But you know, just because I lost doesn't mean I'm not gonna post it. I will probably post that, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Just depends. But if you watch, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Get Team Jared me some subscribers, please. Tell your friends. Tell anybody who likes Yu-Gi-Oh. Tell them about Jared Beans. You know. But thanks, guys. And Jables out.